does business resources. We do optimization, succession, and exit. Today I'm going to speak to you about what is the most important question business owners ask me. It's valuation. What is my business worth? Well, that's a complicated question because there's multiple values that need to be taken into consideration. First is the consideration of, is it the strategic value or the financial value that we're discussing? Strategic value is more important than financial value. I'll explain why. Financial value is what your accountant would demonstrate to the IRS in the event of a divorce settlement or an inheritance or a sale on the open market or the IRS valuing the company. They're going to look at the financial value. And that's what is the value of the assets, possibly affected by what are comparables, values that other businesses like yours in similar industries and size cities are selling for or would sell for. Of course, debt affects that value as well. Now, strategic value, on the other hand, can be completely different than financial value, as evidenced by the prices that Google, Amazon, and Apple have paid for startups with unique technologies that they value or that they don't want their competitors to use. The strategic value can have nothing to do with the financial value. The company can have enormous debt, very little sales or essentially no sales, and be bleeding cash, but have tremendous strategic value. Small business owners, of course, you need to have financial value and pay attention to your financial value, but when it comes to preparing your business for transfer, it's strategic value that you want to focus on. Now, you also have to ask yourself the question that goes along with this: who would benefit most by owning your business? You see, your business is valued differently by different types of buyers. An investor will value it differently than a competitor or a vendor or one of your employees who would love to become an owner in your business and eventually buy you out. I postulate that in many cases, an employee or a family member will value your business at the highest level and have the most value from owning your business than either an investor, a competitor, or a vendor. Now, vendors want it because it will give them a vertical market. They'll be able to wholesale and retail, let's say. A competitor wants it for obvious reasons because you're taking business away from them, or you're in a different market and they would gain market share in your market if they were to acquire your company. Sometimes when competitors acquire a company, they just close it down, or they absorb it so thoroughly that it might as well be closed. What do you want your legacy to be? Another key we'll go back to here is the investor. See, investors are frequently more savvy in buying businesses than you are in selling businesses. Therefore, they're going to do what's called due diligence, of course, and in that process of due diligence, they're going to really search for what are the flaws and the strengths of your business, and they're going to price your business accordingly. There are horror stories among business owners who've sold their businesses to larger firms and were offered wonderful prices to the beginning when the first offer was made, and you accepted that offer conditioned upon their due diligence. It's just like buying a house, conditioned upon an inspection report. But their inspections reports for due diligence are deep, thorough, time-consuming, and they'll know everything about your business by the time they're done. And they've worded their contracts in such a way that they can escape from the contract if they find evidence that lowers the value from what you had proposed it was worth and what they had agreed to pay you. Therefore, I want to come back to the sale of your business to a family member or an employee. Most entrepreneurs would love to sell their business to a family member, either an adult child or some relative, cousin, brother, someone like that. If that person is genuinely interested and talented, then that's wonderful. But in many cases, you don't have a family member that has that level of talent and skill. It's better, I say, in most cases, many cases, to sell your business to the employee who is demonstrating spectacular promise. We'll talk about this more in the coming days and weeks, but for now, I hope you've enjoyed and learned something more about what is the value of my business. The short answer is, it depends. The second answer is, value to whom? Thank you.